Hey everybody, welcome in. This is the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today we have another 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure unboxing for you. This is Spider-Punk from across the Spider-Verse. And before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Jeremy Casa from Plastic Hero Collectibles. Thank you so much for giving me this figure to review. I've been really excited to look at this figure because I'm on the fence about buying it. So I'm excited to review it with you guys. But if you're looking for some figures, new or old, hit up Jeremy Casa in his Facebook group. I do have a link in the description below. As we look at the packaging, we got a lot going on here. This is packed with a lot of stuff going on, a lot of color. This is Spider-Punk. This is going to be MMS 726. And again, I'm excited. This is something that was not on my radar, but I'm kind of starting to get more and more into this line. So this is going to be a good test to see if this is going to come home or not. And again, thank you to Jeremy for giving me this to review so that I can decide if I want to throw some more money at this. But this is the special edition here as well. And again, really cool art box. Exactly what it means. It's an art box. There's just a lot of cool things going on. Once we get it onto the table, it is going to be a slide cover. We do have some warnings there on the back, and when we get the slide cover off, we're going to see like this portal type window display. But before we flip it, there's even more stuff on the back, some reading for you, and obviously some more art of the figure itself. And there we do have the window display. Now let's pull this bad boy out, see what it's all about, get that clamshell off, and get a glimpse of the figure for the very first time. Take all the plastic off so we can see what we're dealing with. Lots of cool accessories coming with this thing. Lots of great color. Lots of just unique features about this figure. So I'm excited. Let's get him out of the clamshell. Take a closer look at him. But before we do that, you guys know we got to start with this base. And it's probably the most boring part of the figure, if we're being honest. It's that hexagon type base. Nothing new here. Hot Toys isn't pulling out any more stops. I don't even know what to say about these anymore. You have Spider-Punk on the front. You have some matte finish. You have some textured finish. You have some matte texture finish and then some glossy finish. You have the typical dynamic pull, but that's it, man. It's nothing out of the ordinary, and that's fine. I mean, it's going to look the same as all your other figures, so nothing wrong with that. We do get a lot of these plastic pieces. If you've watched the channel, you guys know I don't mess with these, so I'm sure there's other reviewers that have done more of a in-depth review about those. But here we have the accessories that come with it. We got a lot of hands. We get the spider web plugins. We get the webs themselves. We got head sculpts. We got a guitar. But let's start with the webbing here. It's a very bright white. I think the older figures used to be more of like a translucent clear color, but now they've gone to like a really hard white. I think that's a really nice feature, and it's the typical webbing designs. Let's take a look at the masked head sculpt. It looks really cool. You got these big bright white eyes. You got the spikes on the top. They are flexible. One thing about that though is they seem to bend a little bit in different directions, so it's good that they're forgiving. They're not going to break or anything like that, but they do tend to kind of wobble one way or another. So not a deal breaker. Sometimes you just have to compromise some things. But taking a look here, you got almost like black eyeliner just dripping down from the eyes. That's a really cool feature as well. And then you do have the webbing on the mask too. Then we do have the shoebox that holds the watch, and again, really cool designs here too. It's a nice working shoebox. You can take the cover off and put the watch inside if you'd really like to do that. Or, just sometimes what I do too is I'll have these sitting on the stand next to the figure too. It just kind of adds a little bit to the figure. And then if I can focus on this, it's so small, so the camera doesn't want to focus, but it is his homemade watch that he has, and it's got like studs in different colors, and I think even some flagship marks here too. So, just a lot going on in such a little accessory. So that's really cool as well. Don't lose that little guy. And then one of my favorite accessories here is the guitar. This thing is really, really cool. You got actual wires on it, or strings I should say. On the back it's all cracked and just weathered and chipped and messed up, but it's really, really cool. You got the strap here, a nice blue color too. So all these colors just really stand out. But also you have all of these stickers on the guitar as well. This thing it's believable. This thing looks real. This thing looks like it's straight from the movie. You got so much really cool detail going on, so many colors that just make this thing pop. And I'm going to definitely use some poses with that. Taking a look at the hands, we got like this blue webbing going all over the hand here. We got the cool, you got the like the switch outs there on the inside of the hand, so you can put the web shooters in those. So it just pops right on. It comes out really easily. It's just got 3 pegs, friction fit, no issues there. So you can swap those out if you want. And the hands look really cool too. Again, I love these color combos here with the bright red, the bright blue. We got I forgot to show one of the hands with the guitar pick as well, so I apologize about that, but it is in the middle there, so that's a really cool feature too. Totally spaced on that one. But let's get him out onto the turntable, get our first look at our Spider-Punk. Here he is. The one thing that jumps out at me outside of how unique he is and the color is how tall and stretched out and gangly he is. Like, this is a tall figure. The box was super tall as well, probably like a box and a half of a normal box. So very large, but you got all of this hair, you got this animated look, but it's done really, really well. You got so many different things that we're going to take a look at here in hand, but first impressions are this thing is really cool, and there's a lot to take in. Getting them in hand here, man, where do we start? Maybe the head sculpt, but let me just fix the lighting here just a little bit so we can get a closer look at the head sculpt. You got piercings, you got earrings there. It's like a flexible, soft plastic material. The one thing though that is a drawback is this head is super loose. It is very heavy, and this new design that Hot Toys has done to connect the head to the neck, it's very small, so like it's definitely doesn't hold very well. Again, you got spikes on the shoulders. They're going to be that same type of soft plastic, so they're going to be forgiving, which is really nice. Looking at the back of the vest, you got buttons all over. You got friendly neighborhood Spider-Man logo there. You got a bunch of different styles of studs going on the back too. I'm not sure what material this is. It's not a pleather, maybe more of like a rubber material, but then you have like spandexy shirts and undershirts here too, so the uniform is like a spandex, so I really like that a lot. That's one of my favorite things about Miles Morales, is that I can actually get him into some poses and not worry about the suit becoming damaged over time. Now the pants is going to be a different story. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but you got like this spiked gauntlet here on the left arm. You've got the pants with these designs on it, but this is like a thick rubbery type of material, and something I do worry about is that this is going to dry out and crack over time if left in like dynamic poses or anything like that. So that I do worry about. I think you're going to have to need some caution there. You got the suspenders that are hanging down. So just a really cool look. You got the belt buckle. It's a nice silver. I just love the collar combos too. You almost got like an emo / goth, but then you have all the bright colors of a Spider-Man. The shirt has rips on it. It's weathered. It's tattered. It looks great. You got these huge long like rocker boots going on as well. Not much movement here, so be careful when posing this guy. He's kind of going to want to lean forward a little bit, especially when you got that top heavy head. You know, he kind of wants to lean forward, but sculpted everything on this boot, so you know it just looks really good. You got tread on the bottom. I really like this figure a lot. It is a real showstopper when it comes to overall presence, but that head, man, whew, it's loose and it is top heavy. Let's take it off though and just take a look. So this is the small connector that Hot Toys is using. It does come with the single eye moving system, so you can see that in there too. And one thing too is like his eyes are different shapes. It's almost like he's already got like a facial expression going on there, but you can move the eyes and futz with different angles of this head sculpt, which is gonna definitely be your friend when it comes to posing the figure. But now we have the masked version on too, and I actually really dig this too. It's really hard to choose. If I had to choose, I can't. Don't make me. Let me know in the comments which you would pose the figure with, but I like this a lot. It is a really cool look, and you can kind of see here the soft rubber spikes going on, but I love this style of head sculpt as well, this mask sculpt. But let's get him out here with some of his friends from the Spider-Verse, and we're going to start with Spider-Gwen. You can see the size comparison. He is much taller than her, but they look really good together, and you can really set up a cool scene with this line. Here we'll throw in Miles as well. So here he is coming in on the side, and again, we're just kind of building our team here, and they look so good together. The last one that we have is going to be Spider-Man 2099, and it's a little off because he's a little bit behind him, but Spider-Punk is actually going to be taller than him too, and that is a beastly figure. So he's, again, very stretched out and very gangly, but in a cool, unique way. So let's get him into some poses and talk about some of the things that I like about the figure and some things, you know, maybe not so much. First thing that I really like is just the pop and the presence that this figure has. Got like this emo dark look, but at the same time, it's got these bright colors that really just contrast well with this figure. I love the bright accessories. The guitar is one of my favorite parts of this figure as well. It looks so believable. It looks so realistic. Obviously animated, but it's believable, and I love all of the detail that went into this figure, into the outfit, into the accessories. I love the fact that this thing is going to be posable, that you have like the spandex material. The pants do worry me a little bit, but nonetheless, he's easy to pose, and I don't think you're going to have to worry about leaving him in a pose where the suit's going to get damaged outside of those pants. A couple things that I didn't like about the figure. We'll start with the head sculpt. It's very top heavy. I just don't like the technology that Hot Toys is using to connect these new heads, but it's top heavy. It seemed pretty loose. I don't know if it's just my copy or if that's something that it's going to be like right out of the box. He'll still hold a pose, but like if you're moving the figure around, you know, the head might bob back and forth and whatnot. So I just worry over time how that's going to hold up. The other thing that worries me, it's not that I don't like it, it just kind of worries me, is the pants. It's a thick rubber material. Do feel like that could crack down the road, but hey, which of these figures really does last forever? You know, none of them. So enjoy the figure while we have it. And the last thing that I guess I don't like is just, I don't know, if you guys have watched me, you know, it's the plastic cardboard backdrop stuff. It's the base that's, you know, doesn't take any risks. I wish Hot Toys would maybe just use like more diorama bases with their figures. It doesn't have to be gaudy and huge and over the top, but, you know, just like some sort of like environment base would be really cool to see. So nonetheless, man, I think this figure may have won me over. I think down the road, I'm definitely going to have to look to add him to my Spider-Verse figure line. This thing is really cool. It's really unique. It's got a lot of presence. Man, it's a fun shelf to look at because it just pops, and this is such a fun movie to watch with your family. Thank you so much to Jeremy Casa for sending me this figure to review. Man, I'm glad I got eyes on this thing because now I know I got to keep an eye out to buy this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit me up in the comments, hit that like button, and until next time, we'll see you soon.